Hey mama, do you ever feel like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to stay patient with your kids, especially when things don't go your way? Do you find yourself thinking thoughts like, nothing ever goes the way that I planned? My kids are doing this on purpose just to push my buttons. Or maybe I'm the worst mom. Why can't I just get it together like other moms? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. I used to live there too. The constant negative thinking and defeated attitude used to keep me stuck in the cycles of feeling really upset when things did not go my way, talking to my family in an ugly tone, and all of that led to frustration, shame, and guilt. But here's the truth. The Bible says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That means change doesn't start with your circumstances. It starts with your thoughts. And that's exactly why I created the Renewed Mindset course for Christian moms, a 5-week self-paced course designed to help you take your negative thoughts captive and renew your mind with life-giving biblical truth so you can finally show up with patience, calm, and Christ-like compassion even when your kids are testing your limits. This course officially releases in January, but I have some exciting news. It's available for pre-sale right now, and when you grab it during pre-sale, you will get it at the lowest price it will ever be. Plus, you'll get instant access to special bonuses, 4 positive motherhood affirmation recordings created to help you start shifting your mindset today. These recordings will help you begin seeing motherhood through faith-filled, life-giving lens even before the full course releases. And if you want deeper support and accountability, you'll also have an option to upgrade to live coaching walkthrough in January, where I will personally guide you through the course week by week, answering your questions and help you actually follow through so it doesn't just sit in your inbox. Mama, this course was created for the mom who is tired of feeling stuck in the negativity. The mom who loves her kids deeply but wrestles with her thoughts, her attitudes, and her reactions. The mom who feels frustrated by her harsh tone, catches herself blaming her kids for her yelling, holds unrealistic expectations of herself and her children, and believes that everything has to be just right in order for her to stay calm. Deep down, she longs for change, to become the kind of woman who thinks from an empowered, faith-filled perspective, looks for the good in her family, and can be adaptive to the circumstances that she is given. If you're ready to renew your mind, respond with patience, and walk in peace no matter what the day brings, this is your next step. Pre-sale for the Renewed Mindset course is open right now. The price will be going up in December, so grab it while it's at the lowest price ever and start your journey towards renewed, life-giving mindset today. You can find the link in the show notes. Tell me if you resonate with this. You are rushing out the door. You need to be in the car in 30 seconds, and you have a child who's having a hard time, who is not liking the shirt that they're wearing, wants to change, can't find a shoe, the socks don't feel right, the water bottle is not filled up, and you're starting to feel tense. You're starting to feel really frustrated, and then you're starting to feel angry, and then you react in ways that you wish you didn't. Maybe you grab your kid's arm really hard and you shove him in the car and just drag him to the car. Maybe you scream, maybe you yell, maybe you physically hurt them. Maybe you threaten to take things away and give consequences, and you get in the car and you just feel terrible about the way that you handled the circumstance. Does this resonate with you? If it does, I want to say that I've been there too. I've done that too. I wanted to do an episode about time pressure and running late and how that is a trigger for us as moms oftentimes, and how we can make changes to support ourselves proactively, and what can we do in the moment so we respond in a way that we are proud of. I have 2 main triggers that really, really trigger me. And one of them is time pressure and running late. And then the other one is interruptions, when I'm trying to focus and my kids come to me and they need me when I'm trying to do something that I want to do. And or like focus on this work, which is so ironic, right? And then my kids come to me and they want me or need me for some reason, and I need to pause what I'm doing. That's another trigger, which I will do an episode on that in the future. So subscribe to this podcast if that's something you want to learn how to master. But today I'll be talking about time pressure and running late. And we have this scenario quite often in our home in the mornings when we're trying to get out the door in the morning. And I have a child that it's the one child that typically has a hard time. He's having a hard time in the morning. Typically, he doesn't like how his shorts feel. And then that triggers him into not liking how the socks feel when he puts the shoes on, and he will fling off the shoe, and then he will resist to go out to the car, and we are running behind to go to school. And then my oldest son, who wants to get to school earlier because he's in middle school, wants to hang out with his friends, gets really upset and triggered, keeps coming in the house several times. Come on, guys, let's go. Why is this taking so long? Which is contributing to the other kiddo feeling more rushed, and then he's having even more resistance, and it's creating this cycle. And so this is something that I resonate with a lot. I hate time pressure. It just does not make me, some people say, oh, I work better under time pressure. Like I just get things done faster. For me, it just creates stress, and it just makes me feel more triggered, and I do not enjoy it. And a lot of it is in my mind, what I'm thinking about it in that moment. And so I want to talk to you about a verse today that I think is going to resonate to this episode. Maybe not directly, but it will. And it's Proverbs 15:1, which says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but a grievous words stir up anger. And how I want to tie this verse into this episode, it is, what do we say in those moments when we are trying to rush out the door? Do we have an angry reaction towards our children? Does it make the circumstance worse and stirs up more anger? Or do we have a soft answer and soft words? And it all comes back to what we're thinking and what's in our hearts. And what's in our hearts is what is in our mind, right? Our heart and mind, that's what the Bible refers to. When it talks about our heart, it's talking about our mind, what we're thinking, what thoughts are we thinking. One of the thoughts that is contributing to time pressure, and that's contributing to me feeling more flustered and frazzled and more frustrated. Let's say we're trying to get to church on time or trying to get to school on time. Those are like the biggest things that really like a regular reoccurrence where I would be rushing or running behind. And the thought would be, well, what are people going to think about me if we come to school late? And then the teachers will be upset that we get to school late, that we have to sign the kids in. What are people going to think? Like just kind of like worried about what people would think. The other one comes back to like having that pressure when I was a child in my family. We had 6 kids. My dad liked to go get to places early, and my mom had a tendency of running late, and my dad would constantly rush us out the door, and then he would go and sit in the car and wait, and kept like coming in once in a while, telling everybody to get in the car, and feel really frustrated. And my mom kept trying to get everybody out the door. That's just the dynamic we had. And something that I'm going to mention later that could be helpful in circumstances like that, when there's like, if you like to get to places on time and you have a child or a spouse that likes to run behind or has a tendency to run behind, what can you do to help them? And so my husband also likes to be places on time. And so those are like the pressures that I feel from my husband. And then like my childhood when I was growing up, my dad constantly wanting to be places on time and early. And I actually prefer to get places early, but I have a tendency of running behind and then feeling frazzled and feeling frustrated and even like upset with myself that I didn't support myself ahead of time and that we're running behind. And it's like my mind is telling me, oh, we have enough time. Oh, we have enough time. Oh, yeah, we have plenty of time. And then it's like, oh, we have 30 minutes. And then I'm like a Sunday morning feeling like frazzled and like running with like a chicken with my head cut off. And it's like I'm creating my own stress. I don't know if you resonate with. So one of the things that we can do, and that is proactively, and I'll list a few things here that will be helpful. So proactively, what can you do to make the mornings go smoother? So one of them, obviously, is prep ahead of time. So is it like for kids to get out the door. Like if you make lunches, make the lunches the night before and prep the snacks, get the water bottles filled up, do what you need to do, set the shoes by the front door, have the backpacks ready by the front door. Like my kids go to school, that's why I'm saying that. If you have a baby that you're taking to daycare, have the diaper bag ready the night before and the formula or whatever. The other thing is, as a mom, I highly encourage you to get up before your kids. And I talk about this on my podcast many times, but having an hour preferably up before your family to have you some time to spend time with the Lord, have some time to be slow a little bit, have like at least a little bit of breakfast, get yourself ready for the day. That allows you to feel like grounded and not frazzled. So getting up early and allowing yourself the time to actually get ready. Have your breakfast ready the night before, like overnight oats or something, or know what you're at least making for breakfast the next morning and like knowing, oh, this is going to take me this much time, like French toast or something, or a smoothie. Those are things that we have for breakfast. So I kind of have an idea how long it's going to take me. Like a smoothie, it's going to take me about 10 minutes, but then my kids can drink it in the car, if anything. Another thing is getting the kids up early enough for them to get ready. Because sometimes we're like, oh yeah, 30 minutes is enough to get the kids up, ready, eat the breakfast and get them out the door. And you keep noticing you're running behind. Well, maybe your kids, maybe someone else's kids, 30 minutes is enough, but your kids need more time. And certain kids maybe like to be woken up slowly and then having some time to like just kind of take it slow. I know I don't like to be rushed in the mornings or getting out the door. And I know I have a couple kids that do not like to be rushed. One of my kids works pretty well under pressure, but the other two, they get out the door. They need that time to just take it slow. And so how much time would you need? Like for my kids, we need an hour for them to get up in the morning, to be able to do their morning chore, brush their teeth, eat their breakfast, and just have enough margin to get out the door. Another thing is that you can set an alarm or a timer, like an alarm on your phone that goes off what time you need to go to the car. So if you need to be in the car at 7:30, maybe you have an alarm that goes off at 7:15. Okay, it's time to go to the car, or 7:20, and give yourself enough margin to like transition time. Just because, again, I gave you a scenario earlier. You'll have a kiddo that can't find the shoes, or can't find their homework, or can't find their glasses, or thought of something last minute that they need for school. So like having that margin is really, really helpful. And like that is something I've learned, and we have like an alarm that goes off that helps us get in the car at a specific time. And just maybe even have like one of those responsible kiddos, if you have one of those in your family, like it's my oldest one, be like, okay, like for him, I'm like, okay, it's time to go to the car. Take the toddler, the 3-year-old, go put her shoes on, take her to the car and buckle her in. Like, if you want to get to school earlier, this is how you can help me. And that is something that he does that makes the morning a little bit easier and allows me to help the other kiddos. One of these things we talk about doing proactively. Why? So they lower your stress and increase your capacity. Because when you are under a lot of stress, that all decreases your emotional capacity. So if you want to have a more emotional capacity, one of the things that you need to do is lower your stress levels proactively. And those things that I mentioned earlier, prepping things ahead of time, like the diaper bag and the lunches and the water bottles, getting up earlier, having breakfast ready the night before, or knowing what you're making, having things set out, at least like on the counter, or at least having an idea what you're doing. Getting the kids up earlier, setting an alarm that goes off on your phone when to get in the car, asking older kids for help with the younger ones, giving yourself margin. All of those things lower your stress levels so you don't feel as anxious and frazzled, and it gives you more emotional capacity when things aren't going your way. So also another thing to keep in mind is that young kids do not get the concept of time until they get older. And really, like about 8 and up. And then the other part is like, if it doesn't really matter to them to get there on time, they're really not going to care. Like, yes, you can tell them, but the truth is, like, let's say your kid, my oldest son, he really wants to get to school early because he wants to hang out with his friends. Well, I don't really care about him hanging out with those friends in the sense like it doesn't make my day any better. That's what I mean. Like, yes, I care about him, but it doesn't make my day any better for him to go hang out with his friends. So it's not really important to me. So realistically, my mind doesn't really care. I have to intentionally choose for my mind to care and have the sympathy and empathy towards him, right? And so like that is something to keep in mind, that kids don't understand the concept of time. And unless it's really important to them, they really don't really care that you want to get somewhere at a certain time. And so knowing that is going to help us not feel as triggered when you keep that concept in mind. The other thing is you need to figure out what you're going to say and do ahead of time before the triggering moment comes. There is a really wonderful phrase from the book Triggers that I will link in the show notes by Amber Leah and Wendy Speak. Actually, Wendy Speak has been on my podcast before, and I will link that podcast episode before in the show notes. They have such a great chapter in their book about disrespect and how to handle it. And they have this phrase in there that I really, really like. And it says, figure out what you mean to say before you say something mean. So if you find yourself saying mean things to your kids, when you feel frustrated and angry, you need to teach yourself what you're going to do differently. If you know what you don't want, I don't want to yell. I don't want to say bad words. I don't want to hurt my kids with my words. I don't want to be rough. Well, what do you want? How do you want to handle it? You got to teach your brain how to handle things in a positive way. And we teach that when we work together in my coaching container. I teach you how to rewire your brain practically and actually respond in a better way during triggering moments. So we're going to talk about how to have a soft answer when you feel triggered and you're running out the door with the kids and things feel tense. How to have a soft answer. Number one is you pray. You invite God to help you. And when you start feeling that tension, you look at that time and you know that you're running out the door. Maybe it's better not to even look at the clock. When you know you are running late, maybe it's better not to look at the clock because it's contributing to your trigger and feeling more frazzled. But you pray, say, God, I really need your help right now. I pray that you give me the wisdom how to handle this tricky situation with the kids. I also pray that you help my kids cooperate so we can get in the car quicker and get out the door faster. And you just invite God into the process for him to be alongside you as you are handling this tricky situation. Number two is you need to shift your thoughts. And we work a lot on that in my coaching program. You have 60,000 thoughts a day. 80% of them are negative and 95% of them are repetitive. You will have a lot of negative thoughts. For example, he is making me late. We can't get there on time. Why is he doing this to me? Like all these negative thoughts that creep in when you're rushing. What are people going to think about me? Now we're late again. We can never get there on time. All of those thoughts are contributing to you feeling more frustrated, more angry. He's not cooperating. He's making this hard. You feel more frustrated and your actions are probably unkind, rough, maybe even aggressive and ungodly. And if you want to have godly responses and gentle responses with your kids, you need to shift your thoughts, what you're choosing to think. And here are some wonderful in the moment thoughts that will support you so that if you want to take notes, this is the time to take notes. And this is specifically that will help you for when you feel triggered when you are going out the door with your kids. One of them is I want to get there on time instead of I need to get there on time. One where I have to get there on time. And when we have the need and the have to, there's so much more pressure that we put on ourselves and so much more urgency, and we feel even more frustration versus I want to get there on time. Do I have to get there on time? No, I want to get there on time. This is what I want. And what can I do to make things happen so we get there on time, or at least close to that, right? I want to. I want to allows you to stay more regulated versus I need to, I have to. That puts pressure. And when we have need to, have to, we have more resistance towards it and we have less cooperation. Even when you tell our kids, I have to get you out the door at this time, you need to get in the car. That is a really tricky one for me. I have a really hard time with this. I've been working on this intentionally. My coach taught me this shift, a mindset shift, where I say to myself, I want to get there on time instead of I have to or I need to. The other thing is, another mindset shift is I tell myself how I handle this is more important than getting there on time. How I handle this scenario with my kids is more important than getting there on time. Because it really is. It's more important. And that allows your brain to calm down instead of feeling more triggered. Another one is I have time for this, or I can make time for this because this is important to him. I have time for this. Your mind might be screaming, no, I don't have the time for this. I want to get out because the truth is there's very few things that we really have to be there on time. Like if we get to the airport late, we'll miss a flight. Those are or an appointment to the doctors or something. Those are really the bigger things, but most of the times we can, or going to work, you might feel a little bit more pressure with the kids. But the truth is, chances are you're probably not going to get fired. Yes, it's unpleasant that you're running late, and you will have time for your children, because really, what is more important 20 years from now? Your kids are more important. I have time for this. I can make time for this. The other perspective that is really helpful in mindset shift is he is having a hard time. Are your kids resisting you or having a meltdown when you need to get out the door because they want to, or is it because they're having a hard time? Maybe your mind is telling you, oh, they're doing this to me. Again, they're throwing a tantrum. They won't let me get there on time. And that's your victim mentality or your victim perspective. And I want to challenge you. When you are having a meltdown, when you are screaming at your kids, is it because you want to, or is it because you're having a hard time? Having the perspective he's having a hard time allows you to have compassion and curiosity and thinking what does he need right now? How can I help him? He's having a hard time. Another one is I choose to slow down. I'm choosing to slow down and help my child and be present. It is okay for us to be a little late. I'm choosing to slow down. So those are really great mindset shifts that I want to be there on time. I don't have to. I don't need to. I want to. How I handle this is more important than me getting there on time. Number 3 is I have time for this, or I can make time for this. Number 4 is he is having a hard time. And number 5 is I choose to slow down. I have a question for you. When you are feeling frazzled, when you are rushing to get out the door and you are just having a hard time, what would be helpful for you? For somebody to help you. If your husband came alongside you instead of rushing you, telling you, get out the door faster. Come on, let's go. How can I help you? I see you're having a hard time. How can I help you? That would be so much more helpful. And guess what? You can do that to your kids as well. When your kids grow up, they're not going to remember every single thing that you said and did, but they're going to remember how their home felt. That is something I want you to kind of keep in mind. Your kids will remember how their home felt. And you get to set that tone. So if you lose your marbles daily on your kids, if you feel like you are a drill sergeant, if you scream at your kids when you get out the door and then you get to church and then you pretend that everything is fine, but you know internally that it's not, my friend, I want to help you. So at the time of this recording, it is early November of 2025, I am working on behind the scenes on a renewed mindset course. So the renewed mindset course is specifically for Christian moms that struggle with negative thinking patterns. They blame, complain, they justify their actions. They struggle with the shame. They struggle with the guilt. They struggle with victim thinking that kids are doing things to them. The kids are making them late. Why is this happening to me? If only my kids did what I asked them to do, I wouldn't have these patience issues. You think negative thoughts about your kids and your husband, then this mindset course is for you. So Renewed Mindset course is actually pulled out of the original Calm Christian Mom coaching program. I'm working on re-recording the whole coaching program and the mindset piece that has to do with expectations and control and victim thinking and affirmations, all of that is pulled out and put into a renewed mindset course on its own. And you can buy it passively. And right now in November, you can get it at the lowest price it will ever be. The price will go up in December. It's still on pre-sale, which means you buy it now and the course gets released in January. And that's why you get it at the lowest price right now. When you buy it right now, you will also get 4 positive motherhood affirmations, which I already got really good feedback from moms that have purchased the course. I just had another mama that just enrolled over the weekend, and specifically positive affirmations for Christian moms that struggle with negative thinking about themselves and the kids, feel like I'm failing, I'm not meant to do this. Those are negative thoughts that are contributing to you showing up the way that you show up. So if you want to make changes, your thinking has a lot to do with it. Now, Renewed Mindset course is not for the same mama as it is the Calm Christian Mom Coaching Program. You've heard me talk about Calm Christian Mom Coaching Program on this podcast many times. That is specifically for Christian mom that struggles with out of control anger. If you're screaming, yelling, you're hurting your kids in anger, it's ruining your relationships, you're scared of what the next 5 years are going to look like, you've tried things on your own, you've tried passive courses and nothing has helped, you need that hand holding, somebody to guide you step by step. Calm Christian Mom is for you. You have direct access to me. You have weekly coaching calls that for support and accountability. That program is for you, and it comes with 100% money back guarantee at week 12. The Renewed Mindset course, the mindset piece from the Calm Christian Mom Coaching Program is pulled out, and it's a course on its own. It's passive, but when you purchase it right now, in January when I release it, there's going to be an option for you to upgrade to a live walkthrough, which means is when the course is released, the 5 weeks that it is designed for you to go through, I will be doing live coaching calls. I will do like a short recap of the lessons that week, and then it's going to be open Q&A for moms who joined the live walkthrough option where you get to ask me questions. This is a very, very affordable way for you to work with me and be in a coaching container with me. If you've tried and thought about working with me and you just cannot afford the full Calm Christian Mom Coaching Program and you want some of that support and accountability, this is an option for you. Now, this is not the same thing if you're running an empty, depleted, worn out and you feel too overwhelmed to start. The mindset course is for the mama who has tried stuff on her own and it has helped. She just needs some more extra guidance and support. And she wants to work on her mentality, renew her mindset, enjoy motherhood more. Then this mindset course is for you. And I want this mindset course for you to actually go through it and for it not to sit in your inbox. And that's why the option is to upgrade to live coaching walkthrough. Because when you have that option and you actually walk through it with other moms, there's a live option for you to join and ask questions. You're so much more likely to actually follow through and do it because of that component. And I want you to experience the transformation you can experience with this mindset work. So the link to join a Renewed Mindset course is in the show notes. The price will go up in December, and I cannot wait to connect with you. Hey mama, before you go, don't forget that the Renewed Mindset course for Christian moms is officially on pre-sale right now. This 5-week self-paced course helps you rewire your negative thoughts and renew your mind with biblical truth so you can show up with more calm, patience, and Christ-like peace in motherhood instead of blaming, complaining, and having a sour attitude when things do not go your way. When you grab it during the pre-sale, you will get it at the lowest price it will ever be, plus immediate access to 4 positive motherhood affirmation audios. that help you rewire your brain when you feel negative about motherhood, when you feel guilty for taking time for yourself, when you had a hard day as a mom, and faith-filled motherhood affirmations will help you start shifting your mindset right away. And if you want extra support, you can also upgrade to the live coaching walkthrough happening in January. I will help you stay accountable and walk you step by step through the course and answer any questions. The price goes up in December, so don't wait. Tap the link in the show notes and grab your spot, the Renewed Mindset course today.